I'm just going to do a very short video today following up on a trade that I proposed. Listeners out there who wanted to get involved in trading, because I cover a lot more things than just gold and silver, obviously. In March of 2015, I proposed a volatility trade with long straddles, puts, and calls on the HACK ETF, which is the Pure Fund Cybersecurity ETF. So I have the long-term, the max chart up here because this is a relatively new ETF. It only launched in late 2014, early 2015. And so around March of 2015, the ETF was between 27 and 29, I believe. And at that time on the chart, I said it wouldn't stay flat. And really, there had been a number of different major hacks and breaches. There had already been the Target hack, which was very large. And that cost the CEO his job. He had to step down. Target mishandled it, of course, because a lot of corporations in corporate America don't know how to deal with this. And there's a huge, huge problem. There's probably a lot of other breaches and hacks that are not being reported that CEOs and board of directors and upper management are trying to sweep under the rug so it doesn't affect their share price. Also that the shareholders and won't fire them. There are a lot of potential other disasters. You know, just in the last couple of years, there's been very big ones. We've had the Target breach. We've had the OPM hacks. We've had the Equifax breach, which was the recent one. And we've also had, there's probably a few others that I'm missing off the top of my head. Oh, Yahoo. The other one was Yahoo recently. So that one happened a couple years ago, but it's come out that Yahoo had, there's been about 3 billion potential breaches there as well. So this is definitely an industry that can have 9% or more annual growth for a long time for cybersecurity defense companies. Because in general, corporate America is severely underinvested in their cybersecurity and cyber defense, and this is going to be a constant cat and mouse game going forward. So basically, every time breaches are covered up, there's always going to be attempts by because it's easy money for a lot of these hackers in Nigeria, in Ukraine, in Russia, many other countries to try to figure it out, because it's a lot of times the authorities in those countries don't even arrest them. They can get off pretty scot-free. So back to the chart here really quick. Around that price, I said in my video, I'll attach a link to the old video if you want to go back and look. It only got 700, a little over 700 views at that time, a little over 2 years ago. And so it went up to as high as 30, and then it crashed down to as low as 22. So there's big volatility there. And, when you have volatility in these types of markets, sometimes almost a 30% move up or down, there's profits to be made with trading. So, after it bottomed there at 22, now we're back up to a little over 30. And so, that's based on a lot of the other stuff that's come out in the news. Literally, there's armies from governments, whether it's a Chinese cyber attack army or Russia has one. And the U.S. also has a large one, and I believe other countries are starting to follow suit, but those are the three largest ones. So this is an industry that can have very big growth for a very, very long time. And potentially, obviously there's currency wars and things like that, but there might not be, World War III actual physical wars going forward, but there's already, cyber wars among governments, testing each other's defenses, things like that. Corporate espionage with hacks, corporations hacking each other, and then also, governments trying to hack large corporations to, steal patents or secrets or things like that. So there is the potential here for not only for this to go a lot higher, but also volatility trading with puts and calls. So just an idea here that look at the volatility in this chart from March of 2015 when I did the initial video. Went up, it went down, huge volatility in this chart. And I think this is going to be the new normal going forward, because in general, corporate America is severely, severely underinvested in their cybersecurity defenses. The people at Target mishandled their fixing that problem so much that instead of immediately trying to fix the problem and investing the capital necessary to protect their customers' data and information, that is not what happened at Target. Guess what they stupidly did? They tried to offer their customers a 10% off coupon, okay? Instead of spending the money. And this is because of the myopic, rent-seeking, short-term nature of a lot of large corporations, corporate executives. These guys, instead of building a solid long-term company with value creation, new products and services, making sure the company is better 10 years from now than when you were running it. That is not what is happening. They're loading the balance sheet with debt. They're trying to figure out new ways to, with financial engineering and other accounting gimmicks and tricks, to get rich quick so they can trigger their stock options bonuses to goose earnings. And that's why a lot of these large corporations are not properly investing in their cyber defenses and cybersecurity like they should. And so they are going to learn the hard way. You know, you should protect yourself. I would not advocate investing in LifeLock or being a customer of them. They're mostly just marketing hype. There's a lot of other alternatives out there. One of them, Kerry Lutz was using their product and he liked it a lot. And they were also an advertiser on his podcast show, Financial Survival Network, for a while, was keepmyd.org. So they had a lawyer if you did have a breach that was at a reasonable price, and they had a lot of other benefits compared to LifeLock. So LifeLock is mostly just marketing hype. Anyways, though, I think this is a technology trend that is not going away anytime soon. And whether it's the Target breach from a few years ago, the OPM hack, the Equifax hack, or the Yahoo breach, all these are enormous, but there's a lot of additional breaches that have either already happened or about to happen that a lot of large corporations in the United States and other countries are not going to report unless they have to. And so you have, these criminals, whether it's Equifax or others, that knew about it a long time ago, and then they were dumping their shares. So hopefully, these guys at Equifax will get fired. They will go to prison. Did you guys see that I believe the head of the Equifax cybersecurity division, she did not even have, I saw someone got a screenshot of her profile on LinkedIn. She had just Peter Principled her way up to the top in that branch. She did not even have a computer programming background or anything like that. She had 2 degrees, a bachelor's of science and a master's in music composition. So so she was hired for something she knew nothing about. It's just really sad. Anyways, though, I think there's going to be a lot more of these, unfortunately, going forward. So I think this is going to be a very long-term investable trend. There will be a lot of volatility here, obviously, as you've seen with the hack chart that I have showing in just 2 years. And I think, this is a long-term trend that how severely underinvested corporations are in their cyber defenses and protecting their customers' data. Wall Street for Main Street needs your help. Since the middle of 2016, YouTube continues to increasingly censor and sabotage the growth and success of my channel with dramatically slower or no subscriber growth, a huge decrease in views per month compared to 2016, and well over $10,000 lost in Google AdSense revenues the last 18 months. I should have been way over 20,000 subscribers and way over 3 million views last year, but it feels like I am Sisyphus trying to roll a heavier boulder with more and more additional weight up a steeper and steeper hill. In the last few weeks, all of my videos have been set to demonetization by default, and I have to manually protest each video. This is in addition to even lower than usual Google AdSense revenues after the adpocalypse started over a year ago for me. This has also affected my ability to get paid advertisers to agree to deals not involving YouTube, as I lost $3,000 per month in paid advertising deals at the end of June 2017 because all my analytics are down a lot thanks to YouTube censorship algorithms that have intentionally kneecapped the growth of my channel. With YouTube/Google/Alphabet /Don't Be Evil strongly considering demonetizing or setting all libertarian, conservative, or pro-Trump content to private to prevent any sharing or monetization, it is imperative I have a contingency plan to figure out how to make a living off my content. Each 30 to 40 minute video takes a few hours of my time before it's released to the public. There's a strong possibility that in the near future, YouTube will force me to move all or almost all my content to a new video upload website that allows free speech or behind a paywall on my own website. Thanks if you have already made a one-time or recurring monthly donation, and thanks in advance for any future donations as I decide the future of my channel and what to do with my content going forward. We accept one-time donations on the Wall Street for Main Street website via PayPal, Bitcoin, or Gold Money. You can also become a monthly Patreon contributor for $1 or more a month if you want to help me out. And Don't forget to like each video on YouTube and share it with your friends and family if you think they would like the content.